What is good, guys? It's your boy Ray J back with another video, and in this video we're going to be doing a quick technical analysis of Tesla. We're going to talk about the overall price movement and what happened to Tesla today. I'm going to talk about what the media is saying about Tesla and how this affected the overall share price, and then I'm going to give you my stock price prediction for Tesla for tomorrow. I'm also going to be talking about our other favorite company out there, which is NIO. NIO is looking pretty good. There were good pieces of news that came out regarding it. Not too many good pieces of news, but overall, I'm going to talk about its share price, what happened today, and what on earth is going on with NIO, and then I'm going to give you my stock price prediction for NIO as well. But before I get started, I have to mention two quick things. First of all, I'm not a financial, legal, or taxation expert, so do not take this as financial, legal, or taxation advice. Also, if you can, please smash that like button if you want to see more reviews like this. Not benefits me, but benefits the entire community as a whole. It helps more people learn about their favorite companies, helps them learn about what on earth is happening, and all of that good stuff. With that said and done, guys, let's get on with the technical analysis. So as you can see, there was lots and lots of volatility today as Tesla is now looking for new levels of resistance and support. And like I said in my previous video, Tesla has quite some pretty good support in the $750 range. And I would actually say it's pretty strong. But overall, it's still getting comfortable in this range. And you could totally see how Tesla is now stepping its way upwards. And it is getting very, very comfortable in the $750 range. So looking at it in today, it is in this upward trend since the first month, or at least 1 month ago. It has been on this upward trend, but looking at what happened today, it reached a high of $762. It began to consolidate and fluctuate and bounce between levels of resistance and support. It reached a low of $751.63. And it ultimately began to consolidate just a little bit, and that's really, really good that it's essentially reaching consolidation phases in the $750 range, which means Tesla is once again getting more comfortable there. And notice that today it never went below 750, it never went below 751. It just stayed at $751.63 at the lowest, and it stayed above that range, which means it's doing well. It ended up closing at $754.86, up over 0.13%. So I did predict yesterday that Tesla would be slightly in the red, as it was green for the past 2 days in a row. And it ended up closing in the green by 0.13%. So I was just slightly off. I did predict it would be above 750. So my prediction was a little bit off, but overall it wasn't that far off, as Tesla is just barely up for the day. But we'll take it, guys. It's all good. It's all okay. But looking at a Bollinger graph, we can see Tesla had some significant moves. That drop to 751 was significant, but overall it's been pretty consistent and it's doing absolutely well. It did end up closing a little bit lower than it would have closed if it was one standard deviation away from the mean, given the data from before, but it's a-okay, guys. We're still in the green, so I will take it, and it's still doing well. But instead of going into too much detail about technicals, let's look at what the media is saying about Tesla. This was actually reported yesterday. I did see more articles about it that came out today. And basically, Tesla obtains a patent on its wild idea to use lasers as windshield wipers. And you heard that right, guys. Teslas want to use lasers as windshield wipers. And a lot of people say that's unsafe, but they're basically going to be using lasers possibly to clean off debris from windshields. And this is a new piece of technology that's coming out, and it is patented, so it could potentially come out, and that's going to be absolutely good for Tesla. However, nothing is confirmed right now. I cannot promise you that that's going to end up happening, but it is something really, really interesting, as they have a new patent, and it could be something that's unveiled a little bit later, and this may have a positive effect on Tesla's overall share price. I mean, it's super futuristic. It looks super, super cool, especially on a roadster just like this, so it could be potentially big. So that's a good piece of news that did come out. Also, it was noted by Reuters that Tesla's Musk asks staff to go super hardcore to ensure decent Q3 delivery numbers. So basically, Elon Musk is pushing Tesla to do well to improve their delivery numbers. And I mean, I could totally understand why you'd want to do that. It has been really, really tough with them, especially for the global chip shortage, as it says right over here. And I mean, that just makes the future very, very capricious, and it did actually hurt Tesla and many, many EV companies as a whole. So before you attack Tesla for that, do not forget that this affected NIO, this affected VW, Ford, and all the companies out there because of what has been going on. And basically, they started selling a Model 3 version with different lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is going to help bring forward vehicle deliveries. So that's a big, good piece of news, as Tesla could have potentially better than expected Q3 numbers. And I'm not 100% sure if that's actually going to be true, because as you guys know, Tesla was hit hard by these shortages of supplies because of the chip shortage. But hey, it doesn't matter, because Tesla is a long-term investment too. We look at the long term, not just the short term. But looking at more things that came out is basically people are looking at many companies that could actually compete with Tesla. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this article, but they're basically comparing Tesla to Lucid Air. The Lucid Air that came out, the company Lucid, it's actually now one of the number one companies that's competing with Tesla in terms of what the mainstream media is saying. So the mainstream media keeps on putting these companies head to head, and I'm not going to tell you which one is better. I do think and Teslas are beautiful cars. They're nice cars. They have amazing technology. Long range is coming out, especially their Plaid models. But if you look at Lucid, Lucid is also a great company. So I'm not going to force you to buy anything. You could buy whatever you want. I have been in the Lucid. I think it's a nice car. Teslas are nice cars too. But I just want you guys to know that they're being compared heavily by the media. And Lucid has had a lot of stock movement that's happened. Their volume has been relatively high. So people are potentially very excited for Lucid's new technology. I mean, I was actually at a mall a couple of days ago and I actually saw a Lucid on display. I went inside. It was a very beautiful car. But at the end of the day, guys, I don't want to just compare these companies just like the way the mainstream media is doing. They're basically using this as a mechanism to hurt Tesla, to tell you that, oh, Tesla's not the best out there. There are other great EV cars. And that's totally okay, I guess. I mean, it is kind of like fun, but at the same time, it's like, look, we know Teslas are good. Yet they want you to think there are other cars out there, and that's still okay because at the end of the day, Tesla's goal is not to be the number one company in the world. That is maybe partially to some degree a goal, but their main goal is to accelerate the development of the EV sector for cars, and that is what Tesla's doing. As car companies like NIO and Lucid and Li Auto and all these companies came out, it's actually helping Tesla in many ways. But anyways, guys, people are talking about how it's I mean, all these things are coming out. There is lots of fun, but overall, guys, I do think that Tesla has been in the green for quite some time, and I do think that tomorrow I wouldn't be surprised if it's just slightly in the red, but it should be above the $750 range unless there's a huge, big, giant piece of news. But that's very unlikely. So for my overall stock price prediction, I think Tesla will close tomorrow around the $753 range, somewhere around there. Because as you can see, around 754, it tends to have pretty good levels of support over there. So maybe around 754, 753 is where Tesla's going to close, and within this range. I do think tomorrow is going to be a red day, just slightly, just a little bit, because Tesla has been green for the past like 3 days, and that's absolutely awesome. I like Tesla. I really like it being green, but you have to be pragmatic and realistic. There can't just always be green days. There are going to be red days. And as you can see in the after hours, it is down to 753 right now in the after hours. So that's just a key indicator that it may be a little bit down tomorrow, but that's just okay because no stock just goes up. There are going to be up days and down days. And also, guys, Tesla's the long-term future. Tesla is the future for the long term. So just wait till you see the price in a couple of months, if not years. So give Tesla time, be patient, and I would not be surprised if Tesla's a little bit in the red tomorrow, but it does not matter because the fundamentals are the same. Tesla's strong and it's going to be doing well. Anyways, for NIO, we can see that NIO was a little bit in the green today, actually. It was up over 0.81%. It's a little bit red in the after hours, but overall it's green at 0.81% up, closing at $38.45, just as I predicted. I predicted that NIO would be around the mid $38 range in my previous video, and that's almost exactly where it closed today. And that was based off its previous levels of support and resistance and where it would fluctuate if it consolidated. And that's exactly what ended up happening. So my prediction was pretty close because of that reason. But what's really good is NIO is consolidating in the mid $38 range, which means it's gaining support there. And if it gains support there, NIO should be back in the 40s in the upcoming weeks. But you guys have to remember that there has been negative news that came out, such as the fact that this article right here, which is one of the biggest articles about NIO today, it said that NIO may delay its Hong Kong listing to next year, and that's a little bit sad. It may cause a bit of a sell-off in NIO's share price, but that's a-okay, guys, because NIO is still the future. It still has massive potential, just like Tesla. I do think that NIO is going to be one of the big competitors of Tesla in China, and NIO still has massive potential, guys. You also cannot forget about the fact that there may be more news coming out about how NIO is selling some more shares, maybe $2 billion worth of shares out there to the US market to raise more capital. So they're obviously going to have to do this to keep up with delivery numbers and do all sorts of things due to the chip shortage. So Obviously, this was not a great year for EV companies or any automobile companies as a whole, but it does not matter, guys, because NEO is still strong, the future is still bright, and it's still going to be doing well. So, looking at the 1 day chart, we can actually see tons and not too many big price movements. It was up and consolidated and it closed at 38.45, like I said before. So, it's doing well. So, I do predict that tomorrow we might be a little bit in the green. We're probably going to close around the high $38 range, possibly as NEO has gained quite a bit of support in the mid $38 level range, somewhere around there, I would say. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the high 38s tomorrow. It's just that it's a little bit hard to predict NEO, as there tends to be lots of negative news about it, just like today with the delay of the Hong Kong listing and them diluting, selling some shares and all that stuff going on. But it does not matter, guys. Even if NEO does close a little bit above that, or even like at the low 38s, it does not matter, guys. I'm still bullish for NEO in the long term. NEO is the future and has tons and tons and tons of potential, just like Tesla. And it's just a game of patience. So with that said and done, guys, I gave you guys my prediction. I really, really hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I want to thank you so much for listening, guys. Always remember, guys, do not let your emotions get the best of you. Remain patient, remain strong, and remain as an intelligent investor. Thank you so much once again, and I really hope you have a great rest of the day. And I will see you tomorrow for the next video. Peace out.